Toll Road here at the Beckley exhibit coal mine in Beckley, West by God, Virginia. We're gonna see how these hardworking men, probably some ladies in there too, I don't want to be sexist, men and ladies went underground, pulled this coal out of the earth to light our houses, to make our steel. They suffer the black lungs. 16 tons, and what do you get? Buckle up, kids. You're about ready to take a ride on the toll road. Now, before we take the tour into the mine, there's actually a village they have around here that depicts how life was in the coal mine era when this was at its heyday. So let's check out some of these buildings before we go deep down in there. Pretty cool. Let's check it out. This is the Mountain Man Trip, which operated for nearly 40 years by the Armco Steel Company at the number 7 mine, Powelton Seam, Mount Cole, West Virginia. That's where they load them up and took them down, I guess. Okay, I've heard you load 16 tons, and what do you get? What if you load just 2 tons? Does anybody know? Rich, you load 2 tons, and what do you get?
Aching back.
Okay. And the mines always had company towns like this where they would live right on premise. There would be the old company store. Your life was the mine.
But what year would you know?
That's 1929.
Coal Camp Church. Looks like my congregation. Ooh, all kind of hymn books today. Yeah, I could preach for you.
Yeah. Are they in that, down the back seat of the flat?
This is a cool, wacky peace totem. Love it. Sod roof on that. Kind of cool little pioneer village here. This is what the general store, you say, Rich?
General store.
Hey, checkers. We can play some checkers. They said most of the residents at the time here were farmers when this was built. It's geared toward them. Hey, Rich, like you found out, what is this, a 2-story home here?
I think so.
Thing of interest. A lot of weaving.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's really just a high ceiling, I guess. Oh, there's a ladder up to the top. Don't rock too hard on that rocking chair. Eee, boy.
What do you call a studio?
Bumbles bounce.
Studio.
A studio house, yeah. And if you're wondering, hey, where's the restroom? Where's the bathroom? Well,
It's out the back door.
it's right here. Here they even have an authentic outhouse that one of the coal miners would use. Let's see. Whoa, sorry. I didn't realize it was occupato.
What are you doing?
First time I ever seen a guy leave a floater in an outhouse. Hello in there. Oh, old schoolhouse. There's the old black slate tablets at each desk there. Reading, writing, and arithmetic. It's just a donkey locomotive. Dinkies were small locomotives used on short line railroads for shifting cars. Ah! Oh my! Let's get inside that danky. The danky locomotive. This thing's danky.
Got this thing's danky.
1916 top citizen. Someone donated that. This is a Hoosier cabinet. That's a monitor top. All kinds of things in here that people donated. Okay? Someone here and someone upstairs.
So you can go all around the whole.
So according to this, the red on a barber pole represents blood, the white bandages, and the blue veins. Really? And look at the feature of this wheelchair. It's also, yeah, it's got a, we'll call it a trap door.
Oh. Postman.
Company town, company school. It's kind of a
A
good.
dunce cap, also verify known as a dunce cap, is a point that is in proper culture is typically made of a paper and often marked with a D, or the words dunce, and given to the school children to wear as punishment by public humiliation for stupidity or lazy behavior.
So what are you?
Sitting the right way, or was I supposed to sit in the corner?
Well, it's supposed to sit in the corner.
Oh, like this. Facing the corner, right?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So were you stupid or lazy, Rich?
Or both.
Or both?
We gotta ask teacher about that.
And you turn your head around and look at them real mad.
Who, you?
Anybody, so they can get a good picture of it.
Oh, he's always.
Buddy the Elf.
That's what he looks like. You're a resident confirmed bachelor. What do you think of this bachelor shanty? Is this up to your standards?
Let's take a look. Is it up to snuff?
Is it up to snuff, young man? Well, let's see. You got a bed.
Yeah, got a
That's
bed.
good.
Got a stove.
Okay, that's good. This would be
Okay,
definitely
well.
be a studio apartment here. Ah, you got a mirror to look at yourself while you're brushing your teeth and spitting.
You
Chair
could
for
rent it
rock.
for $2 a month.
And you could put your big
Only
screen
$2 a
TV.
month?
Is that what it goes for? $2 a month? Well, that ain't bad.
That's not bad at all.
Yeah, the embroidered curtain. All right, I guess this is where we go down in and get to see where the coal is pulled out of the earth.
1890 to 1910. When the Phillips family had this mines, this roof, this ceiling was down here at the top of these cars. They was mining this little seam of coal down here on the bottom. That's the Sewell seam. And normally it runs anywhere from 28 to 34 inches high. That's how high the whole mine was. This mine shut down in 1910. And it sat idle until 1958. The city of Beckley bought it. As soon as they bought it, they hired a company to come in here and shoot that rock from the top of these cars up to what you see today. So they could do tours in this mine. And this is our 60th year doing coal mine tours in this mine. Right here is called a dripper. Now I'm going to push that dripper. See it dripping that water? I'm going to drip this water on this carbide and it's going to start smoking. It creates a gas called acetylene. So here we go, and I'll show you how to light the light. All right, you see that smoke coming out of there? That's acetylene gas. All right, you screw this light back together. Hold your hand right here and you say, hocus pocus.
Wow.
Now there wasn't no magic there. See the striker? When the Phillips family had this mine, they had 30 coal miners that worked there. And those men worked 12-hour shifts. And 12 hours, each one of those men, they load about 10 of these 1-ton cars of coal apiece. You know how much they paid him to load a ton of coal? 20 cents. He got 20 cents if this was all clean coal. Now if it had rock in it, like the car on the other side, they would dock his pay a little bit because they couldn't sell the rock and they didn't have anywhere to put it. I'll show you on our next stop what he was supposed to do with the rock. He has to dig this place 8 foot wide and back as far as he can reach with his pick. once he dug the undercut, he'd get his drill, and he'd take this drill, and he's got to drill 3 holes in this 8-foot area. He drills a hole on the left, one on the right, one in the middle. This went against his chest. He was down on his knees, and he drills these holes with his hands. Now he would drill these 3 holes as deep as he could with this bit. And if you notice, you drill them holes down in the coal because it's softer. If you drill these holes up next to that rock, when you shoot your dynamite, some of that rock will come down. He can't send rock outside. So if any of that rock comes down, he's got to separate it from the coal and stack it off to the side. The size of a golf ball. He put that powder in the hole, and he would take this tamping stick and he'd scoop that powder to the back of the hole. Then he'd reach down and get him a big handful of mud, and he'd put mud in that hole, and he'd take his tamping stick and he'd slide that mud back there and tamp it up. He tamped all 3 of them holes. Then he'd get this rod. This is called a needle rod. He would take this rod and he'd punch a little hole through that mud and through the black powder. What he's doing with this rod, he's making a place to put his fuse. He put a fuse in each one of these holes, and now here he ties them together. Now he's ready to shoot that dynamite, but he's got one more thing he's got to do. Before he can shoot that dynamite, he has to come out here to what we call the mouth of this place, and he has to holler something as loud as he can. Fire! Fire! Fire in the hole! You ever heard that before? That's a warning. Don't come through here, I'm gonna shoot my dynamite. I worked 45 years underground, and twice I saw somebody come through here. When they put off the blast, they were killed. Both times. You can't do it, you gotta stay away from here. That's why he hollers that so loud. Even the miner couldn't stay here. He'd take that fuse and he'd go down the entry there a little ways and get out of sight. And he'd shoot this coal. When you shoot this coal, it breaks it up, scatters it everywhere. He'd get his shovel, he was down on his knees, they'd bring him a car, and he'd start shoveling up that coal and putting it in the car. Shovel up the coal and put it in the car. He was on his knees all day long. You see back there where that rock meets the coal? That's how high the mine was. So he was on his knees all the time.
How many times would you have to blast a day?
Usually three to 4 times.
Toll Road here at the Beckley Exhibition Mine, where I was here with my good friends.
Off the beaten path.
And he forgot who he is. That's Road Trip Rich. And who knows? Who knows where the toll road will lead to next. Who knows? Who knows where the toll road will lead to next?